Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining the webinar. The webinar would start in a few moments. We're just going to allow a few extra seconds for those that are currently connecting to join into the webinar. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, depending upon where you are while viewing this webinar. We'd like to thank you for taking the time to join us for this webinar on what's new in Microsoft Dynamics 365 Business Central 2025 Wave 1. We are all excited about the new features as well as the product. Here at Tagunya, we can work with you to help with your Microsoft Dynamics 365 implementation. So if you have any questions about Microsoft Dynamics 365, Business Central, or questions about what's new in 2025 Wave 1, or just need some additional assistance with your implementation, feel free to reach out to us through www.tagunya.com. You can contact us on there. And also, we have our contact information available through this webinar. Before we get into some of the amazing features which were added as part of Business Central 2025 Wave 1, I'd like to take a moment to tell you a little bit about myself. My name is Brad Prendergast. I am the Vice President of Software Development here at Tagunya. I have been working in the Microsoft Dynamics Business Central space for over 20 years, and I have held positions just about every role that you can imagine, working for both partners as well as end users, which gives me a unique experience of having a good view and perspective of what it takes for a successful implementation from both sides. I'm also very passionate about the product and also very passionate about the Dynamics community and enjoy bringing people together and everyone maximize the use out of Business Central. For today, I'll also be joined with Ryan Paterson.
Thanks, Brad. My name is Ryan Paterson, and I'm the Business Intelligence Director here at Tagunya. I've been working with data for over 20 years now, a bit over 2 decades, if you will, and have found lots of different things that we can do with whether that's data modeling, reporting, or simply just data analysis. My biggest enjoyment in this industry is the fact that I can help people put together the puzzle that is the question that they have, right? Finding the answer of that question within the data that exists is just a very fun piece. I'm excited to show you what Microsoft's been doing in this industry too, because they're seemingly getting alongside of that and really putting the power into reporting. Back to you, Brad.
Before we dive into the updates, let's take a moment to discuss the update cycle. For Microsoft Dynamics 365 Business Central, there are 2 major update cycles per year, with releases each April and October. The major updates introduce new features, enhancements, and platform improvements. Approximately 1 month before a major update, you can test new functionality in a preview environment. The preview period allows for testing of the new functionality before the version is made available as an update to your environment. In the preview environment, business users explore new functionality, train team members, and evaluate their extensions in the upcoming version. The update period starts when a new major version is generally available, which is typically the first week of April and October. After general availability, any newly created environments are created on the latest major version of the platform. The new major version is available as an update to existing environments, typically about 1 week after general availability, although the exact timing does vary. The update period lasts for 5 calendar months, and administrators can schedule the update to a date within the update period. Scheduled update attempts that don't succeed are automatically rescheduled for 7 days later, or an administrator can also reschedule those as well. Minor updates are released every month except in April and October, where there are major updates. These updates include application changes that may be critical improvements to the service, new features as part of the wave, and/or regulatory updates. Like major updates, minor updates are generally available at the start of each calendar month. After a minor update is generally available, new environments use the latest minor version by default. The new minor version becomes available as an update to environments on the previous version approximately 1 week after its general availability. Microsoft has published investment areas for each release. These investment areas include the application. In each release, Microsoft adds application features that are prioritized based on top customer requests and market trends. For example, in the last couple of releases, they've invested in areas such as multi-company capabilities, enhancing the Business Central experience by integrating Copilot capabilities that significantly boost productivity. E-commerce. In each release of Business Central, they enhance the integration with Shopify based on valuable customer feedback. This integration enables businesses to efficiently manage planning, procurement, and product costs while also gaining control over inventory levels across multiple locations and item variants. Who hasn't heard about Copilot and AI? Well, this wave builds on the use of Copilot capabilities, enabling customers to orchestrate and automate business processes with the help of AI agents. These agents can autonomously perform tasks, respond to events, analyze data, and handle errors using both user input and contextual data from the Business Central environment. Agents operate with minimal user investment or intervention, bringing humans into the loop where attention is required. This wave introduces the sales order agent, which automates the end-to-end process of capturing sales orders from customer emails. Business Central continues to become available to businesses in more countries and regions. Business Central is available to serve customers in more than 170 countries and regions worldwide. One area that is near and dear to me is development. Microsoft continues to enhance the AL language, which is used to build enhancements for Business Central, empowering developers to create adaptable, resource-efficient solutions while offering greater flexibility to meet evolving business needs. With the introduction of the ability to define profile extension objects, developers can modify and customize user profiles without having to duplicate code. Developers can also now include resources and extensions and access them from AL, streamlining data initialization and setup. Enhancements to the Explore feature in Visual Studio Code enable seamless access to GitHub repositories, making it easy to pull, inspect, or hotfix code versions. The full text search metadata on table fields enables developers to provide data search capabilities that deliver faster and more accurate results. Additionally, a rules-based scheduling mode for performance profiling enables background profiling to pinpoint and address performance issues, reducing troubleshooting time. As with other areas, there has been an investment in helping customers use Copilot to optimize their business processes. This includes leveraging AI to streamline data entry, automate routine tasks, and provide intelligent insights that enhance decision-making. Improving the handling of currencies, VAT, and other foundational capabilities in Business Central is a focus. Additionally, more advanced analytics and reporting features provide users with deeper insights into their financial data, empowering business is to make more informed decisions and drive growth. Reporting and data analysis, which Ryan will talk about shortly. In the modern world, data is an invaluable resource forming the foundations of decision-making and progress across all sectors. Recent advances in technology and data analytic tools offer businesses radically new ways to distill complex information into actionable intelligence, revealing hidden patterns and trends. When it comes to the service and platform, users have fewer interruptions, and Business Central generally feels faster, and web services in certain scenarios are noticeably quicker. There's a strong focus on performance stability, resource governance, security, and compliance, enabling Business Central to continue growing in scale. The new full-text search feature on lists, drill downs, and lookups offer faster and more accurate access to key data. The improved job queue flow maintains job order while adding a priority system within job queue categories, ensuring higher priority tasks are handled first. Reduced locking during concurrent warehouse posting minimize bottlenecks, allowing smoother operation in high traffic environments. Automated performance tests and ALGo for GitHub enables developers to identify and resolve performance issues earlier, improving reliability and overall system performance. Supply chain management in Dynamics 365 Business Central is designed to help businesses streamline their operations and improve overall efficiency. Business Central offers comprehensive tools for managing the entire supply chain process, encompassing inventory management, order processing, and demand forecasting. The investment in supply chain management areas are focused on enhancing service and manufacturing capabilities. Microsoft continues to build out its capabilities in sustainability management. You can easily collect sustainability information with sustainability journals and purchase documents or formulas. You can track emissions in more detail and purchase carbon credits directly in Business Central. You can also track progress and insights with KPI and modeling reporting, all to provide comprehensive tools for effective sustainability management, enabling you to track, analyze, and report on your environmental impact efficiently. And every release includes enhancements to usability, accessibility, performance, and reliability. In this release wave, they're enhancing efficiency when working with actions across selections and lists of records and viewing summarized data, helping you easily correct data entry mistakes. Now that we've had the opportunity to review the individual investment areas of the major updates for Business Central 2025 Wave 1, let's take a look at some of the specific updates for Business Central 2025 Wave 1 for each of those areas. Many new features have been added to the application, and I wish that I had the opportunity to cover each and every one of them with you. However, that's not possible within a 1-hour session. Let's take a look at each of the investment areas and choose a specific few to review. In this case, we have the application updates. Several application updates have been added to Business Central 2025 Wave 1. One in particular that stands out is the Edit Price Lists in Excel feature. Sales price lists can be long and complex documents that require maintenance. Additionally, many businesses have complex rules governing the creation and updating of prices. Editing price lists in Excel makes complex calculations easier. You can enable the feature Update New Sales Pricing Experience on the Feature Management page for all users and start using the new pricing experience. The latest pricing experience organizes prices in lists, which then you can edit lines on the sales price list page in Excel by using the Edit in Excel action. After you edit a price list in Excel, it's easy to publish the updated list to Business Central directly from within Excel. When looking at the e-commerce investment area, many new features have been added to the Shopify connector, such as importing and exporting more data from Shopify B2B companies, activating sales channels in the Shopify connector, importing and exporting data for the Shopify meta fields, as well as the ability to troubleshoot export issues on Shopify's skipped records page. When you export data to Shopify, the Shopify connector skips records that Shopify will reject or that aren't valid for export for other reasons. Although the behavior is expected, it may not be very clear if some information is not processed as you expected it to. You can now find those entries on the Shopify skipped records page, which displays all the skipped records, including the reason, the date, and the time that the records were skipped. As with many applications and many enhancements to Business Central, Copilot and AI are no different. There have been many features added to Copilot and AI, one being the sales order agent, which we'll have a separate webinar on that at a future date. But one of the features that I like is the ability to summarize with Copilot. Whether you're reviewing customer details, a large order, or any other records, you may spend a considerable amount of time understanding the current state of your data and the fields that matter. You can now use Copilot to summarize a record into a few brief sentences, significantly reducing the effort required to gain insights about your data and plan your approach. A new fact box summary displays on cards and document pages such as customers, sales orders, items, and even your custom pages. You can get summary of the records being displayed in a few bullet points and the top things you need to know, with even more insights available on demand. Copilot searches through the data from the current pages, from fact boxes, and from related pages statistics to identify what is urgent and important so you don't have to. Summaries are tailored towards your role and on what matters, so you can interact with the summaries to navigate, explore, and take quick action and explore data. You can refresh the summary based upon the latest data as well. If you need additional information, you can even ask Copilot for further clarification, for further information based upon the data that you see. As we move into the development section of what's new with Business Central 2025 Wave 1, I get extremely excited and find it difficult which of these items to talk about for the webinar that we're having right now. Some of my favorite ones on the list are the ability to move tables and fields with data across extensions as part of refactoring. Another favorite one of mine is the ability to read and write YAML files in AL using JSON objects. Another one that I liked is informative. It's the view build metadata and extension management. As you can see, there's so many other ones on this page that I appreciate and wish I could talk about, but I encourage you all to take a look at the list and see some of the features and functionality. With development, we also have the ability to now embed Power BI reports within Business Central client with a new page type. We also have the ability to convert simple type values to text using the new to text method. This is something that I had hoped for many years, and I'm happy to see it finally there. And we can also create lists and dictionaries of interfaces in AL, which simplifies things greatly. Lists and dictionaries are extremely efficient. And now, all those times when you're trying to connect to find which environment that you're working with to connect to from the development client, Visual Studio Code, you can now generate launch JSON files from the web client. One of the new features added is reading and writing YAML in AL using the JSON object. This feature has me really excited because when using data-driven testing, especially for testing Copilot features, there can be a need to read YAML test data files. Rather than building an entirely new YAML object model, the existing JSON data type supports and has been extended so that the YAML can be read into the JSON object, manipulated as JSON with the JSON API, and possibly written out again as YAML. Two new methods were added to the JSON object data type to work with YAML. One is the read from YAML. Two is the write to YAML, which takes, both of those take either a string or a stream. I was excited about this because I'm passionate about page scripting within Business Central, and the page script files themselves are YAML files, which now I can easily input those into Business Central and work with those and export those out as a YAML file as well. This release wave introduces a new user control host page type that enhances the Power BI report embedding experience. Power BI reports display a slim, visually appealing, and user-friendly interface. The interface removes unnecessary buttons such as delete, edit, and the such for embedded reports. Margins and spacing around reports are refined and balanced. Titles use less space, and there's also a new zoom and fit-to-page control. The user control host page type simplifies the embedding of custom controls compared to using a card page type, which was required in previous releases, by removing unnecessary complexities. This excludes properties and triggers that are irrelevant in control add-ins in the UI. The entire page's space is dedicated to the embedded control, eliminating unnecessary actions or buttons. Developers can easily adopt a page type in the AL code. These enhancements apply to most Power BI reports in Business Central, ensuring a consistent, improved experience across the platform. The following images will show the difference between what was previous with the card page type for a report, and then now the new user host control page type. You can see the difference and how it's a much cleaner look and it's less cluttered. Microsoft has introduced a new to-text method in Business Central 2025 Wave 1, making it easier to convert simple data type values to text. This update simplifies data conversion, reducing the need for complex formatting functions like format in scenarios where basic types conversions is sufficient. The to-text property has been added to simple data types such as big integer, boolean, byte, date, date time, decimal, duration, GUID, integer, label, time, and version. For advanced formatting options, you still should continue to use the format, but with this new to-text method, it allows you to reduce code complexity by when you need to convert these simple data types over to text values to be used. We need to use text values. The launch file for AL development is how AL developers specify specific environment information for them to connect to for things such as downloading symbols, publishing dev extensions, snapshot, or debugging. Prior to this release, developers would have to create the launch file and enter the appropriate information. Now, directly within the web client, you can generate a matching launch JSON configuration for the specific environment that you're working in, making it easier to investigate or debug a specific environment for Visual Studio Code. There are two options in Business Central Web Client to generate the launch JSON configuration file. You can use the Generate Launch Configuration for this environment action in the troubleshooting section of the Help and Support page. In addition, you can use the Generate Launch Configuration actions in the Develop and VS Code action group on the Extension Management page. Once you click on the action to generate the launch configuration file, you will be prompted to allow the action to occur. And when it is completed, you receive notification that the configuration has been updated for the existing project that you're working in or the project that you had chosen. Here, Business Central will generate configurations for you to connect to the particular environment where you can attach for downloading symbols, debugging, or generating snapshot requests, which will make troubleshooting much, much easier for developers. Taking a look at a feature from the Governance and Administration section, the Database Missing Indexes page was added in Business Central 2022 Wave 1. With this release, they enhanced the Missing Index page to add additional fields with new metrics to allow businesses to identify opportunities to reduce query costs and improve system efficiency, resulting in faster operations, providing real tangible benefits. On the Database Missing Indexes page, some new metrics have been added. You now have the number of seeks that track the number of seeks caused by queries that could be used for the suggested index. Scans is the number of scans caused by the queries. The average total cost, as well as the average impact and estimated benefit of adding the index to your Business Central environment. The indexes would be added through the development environment using the AL code. Financial management is also an investment area for this Wave update. And now you have the ability to analyze subscription billing data with Power BI reports, require intrastat classifications on documents, and check total purchase amounts on the documents. A feature and enhancement that was added as part of this Business Central 2025 Wave 1 for the service and platform may not sound like a lot, but it actually is. And that's the ability to calculate values only for visible flow fields. The Calculate Only Visible Flow Fields feature enhances system performance by calculating values only for flow fields that are visible on pages. For those who may not be familiar with what a flow field is a virtual field that stores and is calculated real time, such as inventory on hand, sales dollars, or other values. And those calculations are rendered every time that flow field is accessed. This feature reduces unnecessary computations, leading to faster page load times and improved efficiency. By enabling this feature in the feature management, you can optimize resource usage, resulting in a more responsive and streamlined user experience. This change enhances performance and enables more effective management of system resources, ultimately benefiting business operations. When a flow field is added to a page or a page extension with the visible property set to false, the flow field doesn't appear on the page. However, its value is still calculated on page load or whenever the other flow fields are calculated. This leads to unnecessary computations and performance issues. An administrator can change this behavior by enabling the Calculate Only Visible Flow Fields feature in the feature management. When this is enabled, the runtime only calculates the values for flow fields that are visible on the page. This is going to be such a big performance enhancement. This wave had many investments made for the supply chain area of the application. Some of my favorites include the ability to cancel production orders that have consumption, to also now enable overpicking for production orders. You can now also block items or variants from production output, as well as use the edited Excel for output consumption in item journals. When you post production transactions by mistake, you may want to cancel or undo those transactions, and in some cases, close the order. To do that from the release production order page, you can open the item ledger entries or capacity ledger entries page and use the reverse production order transaction action. For item ledger entries of type consumption, the action creates item journal lines for the consumption. It copies the values of the original transactions and uses the opposite sign for the quantity and applies it to the original entry and posts the item journal. For item ledger entries of output or capacity, the action creates item journal lines of the type output. For those lines, it copies the values from the original transactions and the opposite signs for the quantity, scrap quantity, setup time, and runtime, and applies it to the original entry, and then posts the item journals. It also removes the finished status from the related production routing lines. The reverse production order transaction action is only enabled for entries that are related to production orders. And it also uses the original posting date. It isn't supported in the following conditions where you have output entries that were already applied to an outbound transaction, or if the consumption and output involves warehouse handling. Bins are supported though. Entries were created through subcontracted purchase orders. You can undo the receipt in the posted receipt page. To start using the new Enable Overpicking feature, you must turn on the Allow Warehouse Overpick toggle on the item card to specify that the item is eligible for overpicking. You can activate the same setting in the item template to ensure that all items you create based on the template have that setting. Once enabled, in the warehouse pick you create for a production order, you can adjust the quantity value field in the take line. This feature applies to warehouse picks for production orders only. Inventory picks and movements aren't supported at this time. Also, warehouse picks for other source documents aren't supported. You can now block an item or an item variant from being used for production output. To block an item or variant from production, on the item card and item variants and item card page, turn on the production blocked toggle. You can also set this field on the item template page so Business Central copies your settings to all new items created from that template. When an item or a variant is production blocked, it isn't available for selection on the production order or production order lines page. Additionally, if an existing production order includes a blocked item or variant, you can't post the output from an output journal or a production journal, refresh the production order, replan the order, or calculate subcontracts and subcontracting worksheets. The Edit in Excel feature within Microsoft Dynamics 365 Business Central is becoming quite popular because it provides a fast way for entering data. Within 2025 Wave 1, you can now use the Edit in Excel on item journals, and you can use it to enter information such as tracking details for lot, serial number, package, number, warranty, and expiration dates. You can also edit the tracking details on consumption and output journals. Once now this feature is enabled, you can edit in Excel on an item journal line and then edit the information in bulk and then publish it back to Business Central. User experience is an important part of any software application. With this release, user experience has been updated to now allow for a preview of PDF attachments directly from the web client. Now have optimized screen estate usage for the web, and the ability to adjust the fact box pane width on a page, which also allows for more screen real estate usage. The preview PDF attachments directly in the web client allows you to open a PDF attachment directly in the Business Central web client. Prior to this version, you would have to download the file and then open the file to see it. Files are shown in a preview mode in a specialized viewing experience similar to the print viewer, and you can always download the PDF from there if you want to. This requirement is a slight code change, which is what I like about it very beneficially too, is because AL developers now have a new method for viewing a file from the stream for Business Central Online and file view if you're using Business Central on premises. This feature makes it so much easier to work with file attachments in PDFs. I'm hopeful that they add additional file types in the future. Another of my favorite user experience features is the ability to resize the facts box. Prior to this feature, to get more real estate on the screen, you used to have to hide or display the fact box. Now, you can drag the width of the fact box to stay within proportion so that the card and both the fact box stay the same. To reset the fact box, just double click on the divider and it will reset back to the standard size. The fact box sizing does stay in memory so that you have the benefit throughout the use of the application.
All right. Well, thank you, Brad, and good morning, everyone. Today, I'll be focusing on the pivotal enhancements in reporting and business intelligence coming along with the Microsoft Dynamics 365 Business Central, Power Platform, and Dataverse 2025 Release Wave 1 updates. I'll be highlighting the key innovations designed to empower you with deeper data understanding, drive efficiency in your reporting processes, and significantly leverage AI to deliver truly actionable business intelligence. We'll explore how these updates streamline the entire data flow from raw source data right through insightful Power BI dashboards. With that, I hope you're ready to see how these advancements will transform the way you interact with and benefit from your organizational data. First up on the reporting side of things is a significant win for finance teams. New out-of-the-box financial reporting templates. For too long, creating comprehensive financial reports has often been a time-consuming and resource-intensive process, sometimes requiring specialized development and consulting. With this release, Microsoft is providing a suite of pre-built templates that address common financial reporting requirements. This means less time on custom report development and more time analyzing the numbers. These templates come with enhanced data models, ensuring greater accuracy and offer better control over layouts, allowing you to present financial information clearly and effectively. This is going to empower financial professionals to generate accurate, timely reports with greater efficiency, driving better financial planning and decision making. Moving on, a key enhancement for integrating visual analytics, improved Power BI embedding within Business Central. This update introduces a new page type called User Control Host. In simple terms, this new page type is specifically designed to optimize the layout for embedded Power BI content, maximizing the available screen space. What this translates to for you as a user is that you'll get significantly improved experience. You'll find Power BI dashboards are much more prominently displayed now and seamlessly integrate within Business Central, almost as if they're native application pages. This tight integration ensures you can interact with Power BI data and gain contextual insights without ever having to leave Business Central, which is going to make your analytical workflow that much more efficient. This brings us to a crucial enhancement: significantly improved analytics across all key Business Central modules, powered by Power BI. I love this one. While I previously highlighted a couple of things that Power BI is going to be better integrated with Business Central, this one not only just integrates better, but is now part of the Business Central environment. As you can see on screen, when you go into the reports and analysis functionality within Business Central, now you'll be presented with a series of reports that are out of the box, ready to go, with just a little bit of configuration behind the scenes. This release extends the enhanced analytical capabilities to manufacturing, finance, purchasing, inventory, sales, and projects. Microsoft's providing a richer data model and expanding the pre-built Power BI content with this, meaning you can expect more insightful dashboards and reports tailored to the specific KPIs for each department. For finance, this could mean more granular budget analysis. For purchasing, maybe better supply performance. For inventory, you can start tracking and optimizing those stock levels. Sales will be able to get deeper insights into customer behavior, and projects will have better profitability tracking. This one's going to empower every part of your organization with targeted, actionable data for strategic decision making. What I love about this is that when you click into any one of these reports, you never leave Business Central. It opens right in the context of your tenant, making it so that your users will never have to leave the ERP to get to the reports that they need to do their jobs. This next feature empowers business users with greater control over their report designs, the ability to access report and request metadata in Word layouts. Previously, like I mentioned earlier, customizing reports often required a developer's touch, especially when dealing with the underlying data. Now, however, Business Central allows you to directly access information about the data objects, such as tables and fields, right within Word layouts. This seemingly small change has a huge impact. It means that you can create much more dynamic and highly customizable report templates. Whether you're formatting customer invoices, sales order confirmations, or internal operational reports, you'll have greater control and flexibility in your report design process, which is going to reduce the reliance on specialized development resources. This means that your users will go from needing a report to having it in their hand much quicker, and oftentimes won't need special assistance to make that happen. Arguably one of the most foundational updates for this wave is the enhanced AI experience that's coming from the advancement of Dataverse search. Dataverse, as you may know, is the robust data platform that underlies most of the Power Platform and Dynamics ecoverse. With this release, however, Dataverse search is becoming a critical dependency for many of the cutting-edge generative AI and Copilot experiences we're seeing. What does this mean? Well, it's about providing a unified, intelligent search experience that isn't just fast and accurate, but also comprehensive across all of your Dataverse data. Whether that's structured records or unstructured records like documents and notes inside of a data lake, this search engine will now be able to pull it in and feed into other Copilot areas. This intelligent search fuels Copilot's ability to quickly find and utilize relevant enterprise data in response to natural language queries. By understanding nuances like misspellings and synonyms, Dataverse search ensures that the information Copilot pulls is highly relevant and accurate, which leads to much smarter and more impactful AI-powered insights across your business. Continuing on in the Copilot updates that are coming with this wave comes the next era of Copilot in Power BI. This one's a game changer. It allows for any user, whether you're inside of Teams or inside of Power BI, to really start integrating and working with both Copilot and all of your data. This new standalone Copilot in Power BI, or as Microsoft puts it, Ask Anything. Up until now, Copilot in Power BI primarily focused on generating insights within the report that you currently had open. However, this standalone version takes it to the next level. This is a full-page Copilot experience that allows you to ask questions about any report, semantic model, app, data agent, table, data lake, data warehouse, you name it, right? Any of these areas that you have data inside of it that Copilot has access to, you'll be able to ask about it inside of this window. This acts as an intelligent data discoverer, which is going to help you find relevant content, get answers without needing to navigate complex report structures, or even just find the details that you're not able to maybe see. It helps analyze the data. It helps find anomalies. It helps provide metrics that aren't even in the report. Really is taking this to the next level. Crucially, it fully respects all existing permissions, including row-level security. This is going to make sure that your users only are going to be able to see the data that they are authorized to access. Not only is it going to democratize data access, but it empowers users to find answers faster than before, while also making sure that they don't see more than what you want them to see. This next feature bridges the gap between insight and action. The ability to automate report actions and perform data write-back directly from Power BI using what they call translytical task flows. Historically, Power BI was largely a read-only experience for most users. Now, with native write-back support, you can update your Fabric databases directly from Power BI reports. Imagine identifying an anomaly in a report and, with a click of a button, triggering a workflow in Business Central or updating a data point in your Fabric data warehouse, all while maintaining data integrity with an automated version tracking system. This feature is revolutionary because it closes the loop. It allows you to transform insights directly into actions within your data ecosystem. And it's going to make your analytics truly actionable. Imagine being able to change something because of an error, be able to identify a problem and actually take that next step. Not just, oh, it's wrong, but actually be able to move it from that point into, oh, it's fixed. It's going to notate who did it. It's going to put the ability of commenting that change in there, and it's going to allow that change to be immediately ingested into your ecosystem, making it readily available for the next report to pull back. We're also seeing some new updates coming in the realm of using Dataverse data inside of your Copilot agents and inside of Copilot Studio, right? So not only are we seeing Copilot being brought into Power BI, but we're also seeing Dataverse being brought into Copilot agents and Copilot Studio, right? So very much increasing this ecosystem feel. So we're going to explore here how you can leverage that in what they call Dataverse in Copilot agents and Studio. Dataverse is the robust foundation for much of your business data, right? Like I mentioned before, it's everything. It can be a data lake, it can be just a simple SQL table, but it's everything that you bring into your Dataverse, your Business Central data, your CRM data, your unstructured or structured information, all of it can live there. With this update, it's going to allow you to directly connect your Copilot agents and or your Copilot Studio projects to Dataverse table data. This is going to turn operational records into a powerful knowledge base for AI. What this means is that your AI agents become incredibly contextually aware. They can access and act upon your critical business data directly. This empowers you to build smarter, more specialized AI experiences, or custom copilots or automated agents, you name it, that understand your specific business processes and can interact with your core data. This is going to make it seamless, right? It's going to seamlessly integrate your existing Dataverse investments to fuel and drive truly intelligent next generation AI solutions across your organization. My last update to share with you is one that focuses on the heart of Power BI reporting. Modernizing semantic models and simplifying the report creation, all within Power BI Desktop. This release brings significant improvements to Power BI developers and analysts, and you can now create direct lake semantic models directly in Power BI Desktop. This is going to be a big one, right? It allows for high performance connections to your Fabric Lakehouse and warehouse data, and we also are going to gain semantic model version history through this, which is going to give you the confidence to track changes and easily revert to previous versions, which is just a huge leap for development reliability. If you haven't already seen Power BI template files, that's another big step forward towards version control within Power BI. I would recommend you investigating that as well, because that's another big one that you should absolutely take a look at. You can partner it with GitHub and make it so that you have version control not only in Power BI reports, but with this latest release inside of your Power BI semantic models as well. Furthermore, the ability to live edit semantic models directly in Power BI Service streamlines iterative development. Combining this with enhancements to DAX queries and calculation groups, these updates collectively accelerate report design and empower faster, more robust Power BI development. And as I close up, to help you stay on top of all these exciting changes, I've compiled a slide with some essential resources. This is a link to every one of the topics that I brought up here, whether it's in the D365 space, the Power Platform space, the Dataverse space, you name it. This is all of the links that I've just gone over for 2025 release wave 1. This is going to be your primary source for official documentation and gives you all of the comprehensive guides for every feature that I've discussed here. For the latest on Power BI, especially around Copilot and Fabric and Power BI, make sure to bookmark the official Power BI blog. It's frequently updated with deep dives and announcements. And for technical guidance, best practices, and hands-on learning, Microsoft Learn documentation is an invaluable resource. I encourage you to explore these links to further your understanding and leverage these powerful new capabilities. And with that, I just want to say thank you for joining us today. Thank you for attending our webinar. And I hope that you've learned a lot about what's coming out in Release 1, Wave 1 of 2025 against Microsoft Dynamics Business Central, Power Platform, and Dataverse and Copilot. Again, thank you very much for attending, everybody, and we hope to hear from you soon. Bye-bye.